Big news dropped about SoulKeep today. If you're like me, you bought your packs early on, you've been sitting on them waiting for the game to come out. Well, guess what? I've got news for you. Stand by. Hey all you Splinterheads, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here saying thanks for dropping by. I appreciate your time. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Pass it around to your friends. It does help out. Appreciate it. Okay, with that said, the update today is about SoulKeep. I was surprised to see a note from Clayboyne on X pop up today earlier, and that was because he was going to host a quick town hall type meeting. Not exactly a town hall, but just basically a discussion with one of the members from Double Coconut. Okay, obviously the news, and I haven't heard a lot of news about SoulKeep lately for the last several months since they handed off the project, but hey, guess what? We're coming down to nuts and bolts, and I will leave the link to that interview in case you missed it. You can go over on YouTube and check it out. It's got several different pieces of information in it that I hadn't heard about, and it's also got a good walkthrough, and he shows what the game looks like in some playthrough. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and jump over here. Okay, so first off, this is not going to be a complete rundown of everything that was discussed. Okay, obviously, if you're interested in the game, you've been sitting on some card packs, go over there, check out the video. If you hadn't played it yet, if you weren't in the original beta, then go ahead and check it out. At least you can see what the game's about. But for all you new to the game or perhaps don't know about SoulKeep, it's a game that was developed. It's a tower defense style game that was promoted, and the original card packs were sold more than a year ago. Anyway, I won't get into the details, but the game was developed by a company named Double Coconut, and then it was supposed to be handed off to the main Splinterlands team and then developed and integrated into the main Splinterlands game. Well, as we know, we went into a drawdown. The team got smaller. There just wasn't enough to go manpower to go around. So what happened was a few months ago, they announced that they were handing the game back to Double Coconut to go ahead and do the work, and they had made some kind of deals. So that's where we stand. Now, flash forward a few months, I hadn't really heard anything about it. It was supposed to use cards and SPS and DEC and basically be integrated into the game. Basically another type of game to make use of our Splinterlands assets. Okay. So we're going to go into, and like I said, this is not going to be a full rundown. This is just going to be like a whet your appetite. Go check it out if you are into this game. If not, after I get done with this quick list here, we're going to take a look at the SoulKeep packs that you can still get on the secondhand market. Okay, so here's my updates. The soft launch is next week, the week of June 9th. And he said the soft launch is going to be specific hand-picked people. Okay, so if you want to get in on it, you're probably going to have to be one of the people who invested a lot into it, or you're going to have to know somebody on the team. So the full launch is the next week. That's expected, as with everything in this kind of you know how it goes. They put out a date. They're aiming at that. But if something comes up in the soft launch and something's broken, then obviously it will be delayed. But he did put out that the soft launch is supposed to be next week, the week of June 9th, and then the full launch is expected the following week, the week of June 16th. Now, another big item that I picked out of the conversation is that at the very start, there is not going to be any SPS staking. Okay. Now, this is a big thing because that was one of the promoted items. It's supposed to give more value to SPS and try to prop it up more, bring the people coming into this game who might not necessarily be interested in Splinterlands, but they do like tower defense games, would buy SPS, etc. Anyway, either way, I think his main point, and there's some other stuff that's not going to be there at the very beginning, the very launch. His main point there was he wants to make sure that the game is up and running and everything is functioning right until before they start introducing the crypto functionality, the pay, that kind of thing. So now there will be earnings but it's just the SPS staking won't be there. I kind of, and I'm expecting this to be much like, what we have in Splinterlands, in that you have to have a certain amount of SPS staked. That's just a guess on my part, but that's not going to be there. Okay. There will be one free tournament ticket per day. After that, you'll have to pay for tickets and for each tournament. And this is the way you're going to earn SPS. The only way you're going to earn SPS in this game, as far as I know, what he said is to take place in the tournaments. And the tournaments will have different levels, and just as you would expect, as the levels go up, you're going to have higher and higher level cards. And he also stated that the higher level cards will have, I forget what he called it, but basically more energy. They will be usable more times per day, as the lower level cards will have to stop and rest. That's his words. So that's the functionality that they're using, so that, people don't, like spam it 24/7, So all these games have a certain functionality to limit how many times per day is played. So anyway, that's just kind of an aside. So the earnings will be only from tournaments, and the tournaments, you can play multiple tournaments per day, but obviously you're going to have more cards. You're going to have higher level cards. You're going to have to buy the tickets. I didn't see how you would pay for the tickets, whether that was DEC, SPS, what have you. But either way, there's that. Another big takeaway I had from here was there will be no Splinterlands card staking to start out with. This was another big item that we were sold on for the game, okay? And I'm just saying that the functionality, that was part of the big discussion, okay? So the big discussion about this game was, obviously, we want it to be a fun game, right? We want to draw people in, possibly a different demographic than people are playing Splinterlands right now, to help the system out. And to help the system out, we would have to have, they would have to buy Splinterlands cards, they would have to buy SPS to stake, and obviously they might have rethought that over the last few months, or maybe it's just not working yet. I don't know. Maybe they've rethought it and they thought about people coming in to play a tower defense game might not necessarily want to have to buy or rent out any Splinterlands cards. I don't know. Either way, he did say that that's not going to be in there to start out with. So we have the SPS staking and the Splinterlands card staking are not going to be there from the outset. Okay. Now, a lot of the other functionality that he showed is very similar. You can tell that they took it off of Splinterlands, right? As far as opening the packs, you're going to have 5 cards per pack. You're going to use potions to improve your chances of getting gold foils and legendaries. The cards are going to be combined, much like we do in Splinterlands. So a lot of this is going to be familiar to you. So it's not like learning all new mechanics, right? So the other thing that I wanted to mention is that the game is going to have a free-to-play mode. Okay, so it's going to be, a lot of these games, and that dovetails in with being mobile friendly as well. So you can play it on mobile, which obviously is a huge demographic as far as gamers go worldwide, which they want to draw people in. They've got the free-to-play mode where, in my opinion, a game who is trying to draw people in really needs a free-to-play mode. And obviously you're not going to earn anything off of it, but you're going to be able to jump in. And I know I like to get into a game and play it for, a little bit to decide whether I like it or not. What I really hate is jumping in a game, spending a bunch of money, and then finding out that I don't like the game, right? So either way, those are 2 big items: free to play, and it's going to be mobile friendly at launch. Now, with that said, after that, while they were talking, I kind of got reinterested in it. I still don't think I'm going to be diving deep into this game. But after they talked about the card packs and how the team is dedicated to try to push value to those people who bought the original packs, I went in and bought a few more packs. So with all that said, I'm not a deep diver. This brings me up to 50 packs. But I did notice that you can buy packs still for less than $2. So if you want to go ahead and get some, you might think about picking them up between now and next week. But my estimation is they probably will start into an upward trend. Not investment advice, but more play advice. If you feel like you want to play this game. To me, I'm not overall really impressed with the graphics, and it just seems very simple. But because I like tower defense games, I'm going to give it a try. So this has been Bronze Dragon bringing you a little SoulKeep information. With that said, I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy, and I will see you in SoulKeep in a couple weeks.